have the honors. You are on the clock. Ding.
You know exactly who I'm riding with. It's my guy, Shamar Stewart, right here in the first.
Going to College Station.
Going to College Station. We're going to get a winner out there.
No surprises. We're both going to the SEC. I'll be honest. I don't think he's going to be there. I love this kid, Michael Williams. I think he's a top 10 pick if he wasn't hurt last year. I don't think he gets to 29. I also don't think Washington's picking at 29. I think they're trading out of this pick. The big man forced me to make a pick at 29, so I did.
I think we both agree, most likely a trade. Second round, I'm going with a wide receiver, a guy with 4.3 speed. He's a punt returner. He's a straight line burner from Utah State. I'm going with Jalen Royals here in the second round.
All right. Last Utah Stater picked in what would have been a Friday night. Wasn't Cooley a third rounder?
Cooley, yeah.
He was a third rounder, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
All right. So that would have, if they did it like that back then, would have been a Friday night pick.
You better believe it.
You might be onto something. I wonder if they're going to go corner. Last year they went corner. It wasn't who we were expecting. I'm going with Siobhan Revel, ECU Pirates, baby. Vinegar style barbecue. It's the best.
Going back to your roots there on the Carolina Shore. I'm sticking in the SEC with my fourth round pick. At number 128, I'm going with Q Robinson, defensive end out of Alabama.
Roll Tide.
He's a guy who has taken a couple of years to develop, but the one thing I read about him that I love, responsible in the run, and it's the same as Shamar Stewart. I want my defensive ends that are going to be two ways, because we saw last year, didn't do the trick.
Is his first name Q?
Q-U-E, Q.
That's awesome. Draft him just for that. I'm sold.
We'll have ECU with Carolina barbecue and Bama with Bama barbecue.
All right, so my fourth rounder, this year he was at Ohio State, but he started at Bama. This is a true blue chip, 5-star type athlete. It's Seth McLaughlin. I think eventually they got to get youth on the interior of that offensive line. This is a dude that won natties at multiple stops. He's the type of leader, really hard practice player. He did have a bad injury at one point in his college career, but I like Biotish a lot. Dieter, you got to get some young depth at the interior of that offensive line at some point.
Listen, we know this team wants to build in the trenches. I didn't pick I guess I had a couple of DNs.
I'm drafting an O-lineman before you.
In the sixth round at 205.
Can we just make a quick note about trying to project sixth round picks here?
All of this is dart throws.
Okay.
It's a dart throw. This dude, Bello Dotson, he is a corner out of
Nobody
Kansas.
else named Dotson.
Funny enough, he had 5 pick sixes in his college career, but he's a guy who's been known to go after the ball, and they say he's super athletic and breaks on routes better than almost any corner in the draft. We know this defense likes to do that.
You and I agree, and maybe they don't, but you and I agree they need a vertical threat, right?
Absolutely.
You need somebody that can take the top off the defense.
That's why we want Jalen Royals.
I'm getting cheap speed. I'm getting it in the 6th round. This is my guy, Dante Thornton Jr., 4.3 speed out of Tennessee. 2 seasons ago, he averaged 25 yards per catch. I mean, this is a big play threat, true 4.3 speed, absolute vertical threat. You're getting him in the 6th round. It's a developmental piece, but he's got one thing you can't teach. What do they say? Speed kills.
Speed. I'm going back to Jayhawk land for the final pick for the Commanders at 245. I'm looking at running back.
You're taking 2 Kansas dudes?
2 Kansas dudes here.
John Riggins would approve.
And John Riggins was pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Thor seemed to like Devin Neal a lot. What I liked a lot about him, he got better as his career went on. He did a good job of getting a foot in the ground and getting up speed, getting upfield. I think running back is one of those positions you can find late in the draft and find a winner.
I agree there. When I'm looking at 7th rounders, I'm looking at projections for dudes that can help you on special teams. I really like this guy, Robert McDaniel out of Jackson State, has really caught some buzz later in this process, and he's a big safety that can run. We know DQ, Joe Witt, they like big safeties. He's 6'2". I'm looking at a potential special teamer there. And I mean, honestly, the 7th round picks, the way the practice squad operates now, this could, the NFL has allowed itself some developmental room. I think a dude coming from Jackson State gets in the program. They try to develop him into a big-time special teamer. That's it. The official mock draft brought to you by Oarsman Automotive of Virginia. We'll see who ends up being correct. The odds are neither of us.
Correct.
Thank you for watching. We're done. Beltway Football.